Hello, my name is Eric Gartman. Here to talk about risk management using a risk management matrix. Most of my scenarios come from the Army. I was on a CH-47 Chinook helicopter. My first scenario is going to be taking off at weather minimums. The frequencies is going to be probable, especially in a combat situation. Uh, Quite often we would take off at weather minimums. So the likelihood of that happening is going to be in the probable. Now the risk associated with taking off at weather minimums is going to be probably hazardous because there's some incidents that could happen. You could, if you didn't trust your instruments, you could get disoriented and run into obstacles if you didn't plan your route well. Some ways to mitigate that are going to be to trust the instruments, plan your route, and obviously the best way to mitigate it would be to postpone the flight until the weather is more suitable. The next scenario is going to be finding an oil leak on pre-flight. That's a frequency is going to be probable, and the severity is probably going to be hazardous or catastrophic. It's going to be put you in the high risk category. The reason being is if you got an oil leak, you don't know the severity of the oil leak. Some ways to mitigate that are to do better pre-flights. It's going to bring you back over here into the medium risk range to coordinate with maintenance, to find out when the last inspections were done, and also take the aircraft out of service would be the best way, and it would bring you back over to a low risk. The third scenario is going to be passengers on the aircraft. The frequency is going to be probable, especially in the combat scenario. We would oftentimes carry passengers from place to place. So we're going probable in the frequency. Now, as far as the severity, the risk is going to be the passengers not following instructions, the passengers putting their hands where they're not supposed to be, or getting air sick. Some of those risks, now those risks right there are going to be minor to major, depending on if they put their hand in the wrong location. Some ways to mitigate that are going to be proper pre-flight briefings, proper monitoring in flight, and making sure the passengers are seat belted in their seats where they're supposed to be, and that'll bring that risk back over to the low category. So those are my three scenarios and on how to use a risk management matrix.